Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Jules, and today we're going to find out if we can beat Pokemon Brilliant Diamond with just Jirachi. Jirachi is my favorite legendary of all time, so I thought it would be a great idea to play through these new games with only her. She has a 600 base stat total with a decent learn set in Brilliant Diamond. This isn't a Nuzlocke, so we will be able to level past gym leaders, but I will be trying to keep my level relatively close to their ace. The only exception to this is if we can't beat a gym and I have to overlevel to do so. Also, I won't be using any items in battle, but I will allow myself to have held items. I had a lot of fun doing this challenge and making this video, so if you do enjoy it, give it a thumbs up to support the channel and subscribe if you want to see more videos just like this one. Without further ado, let's do this. Now in order to get Jirachi, we'll have to wait until we get to Floroma Town where an elderly man gives us her. For the meantime though, I will be using Turtwig, who's my favorite out of the three. I did name our rival Jirachi Hater because by the end of this run, he's going to despise Jirachi. Trust me. Now like I said, we can't catch Jirachi until later, so for the first gym, we will be using our trusty little Turtwig. As you can imagine, Turtwig takes care of work pretty easily with growth and some razor leaves. It's not like this gym would have been a challenge for a steel type like Jirachi anyways. Fortunately, right after this we can head directly north from Jubilife City, and this guy right here is the one that will give us our Jirachi. I name her Estrella because, well, you know why. Estrella, Star. I'm not clever with nicknames. She's a sassy nature, which is bad, but thankfully it's not a Nuzlocke. So Team Galactic shouldn't be a problem for Estrella at all during this run, since they all have Zubats, Dustox, Crogunks, and more. But for Mars, I actually did struggle a bit because I was level 10. I was able to KO Zubat with 2 confusions as she missed a supersonic, but I completely forgot that her Perugly has Thief, which is super effective, so yeah, that's how our first major fight went. I did train in the grass outside a little, and when we were level 14, we can knock out Zubat in one hit with a confusion. Alright, round 2, her Thief is doing decent damage to us still, as our Confusion does about the same to her. I do wish the following turn, but her Thief is just doing too much damage, and she has a Citrus Berry to heal herself. On top of all that, she outspeeds us, so down we go once again. Basically, I need to get a Confusion to win, and I did end up dying like 1 or 2 more times. I come back at level 15, and a Confusion is doing still around the same as her Thief did a little less here. This time around, I did put an Orange Berry on Estrella, and a Confusion does get her to pop her Citrus Berry. It's looking like we can pick up the KO if she doesn't kill here, and we do, which means that Orange Berry mattered. Wow, Mars was actually a tough fight. Impressive. So our next threat is going to be Gardenia, and her Cherubi is no problem, dying in 2 hits with Confusion, and actually the same goes for Turtwig, who set up a useless Reflect. Come on, Gardenia. You know I don't have any physical moves right now. Now for Roserade, we can immediately get her down to her Citrus Berry, and the following turn get her into potion range, but ultimately, even with her Stun Spore, this fight is over. Now of course for Jupiter, her Zubat doesn't stand a chance, but her Skuntank actually has Flamethrower at this point in the game. The sooner it can let out Fire Farts, the better, I guess. The only move we can use to hit this thing is Swift because it's immune to Confusion. I thought we were going to do more, and her Flamethrower does a sizable chunk to us. I do wish the next turn and we have Life Dew, which will heal us on the spot, but ultimately we just don't do enough damage versus her Flamethrowing to kill her at level 21. I do come back at level 23 though, where it seems our Swift does the same damage as before, but her Flamethrower definitely does a lot less. We pop her Citrus on the second turn, and luckily she doesn't get us to the yellow. I go for a Wish as she gets us to a scary point in our health, but with Life Dew I can heal the next turn, take a Flamethrower, and heal with the Wish at the end of the turn. From here it looks like we can kill her before she kills Estrella, and we do end up picking up that win here. Wow, these 2 commanders are pissing me off. But that's more so the lack of moves we have right now. We do grab our yellow bike to match our Jirachi, and now we're headed to Hearthome City. Over on Cycling Road, you can watch me elegantly dodge every single trainer. How impressive is that? Okay, maybe it's not that impressive. Oh hey mom, how's my journey going? Well, some stranger gave me a legendary, isn't that great? And I know you told me not to talk to strangers, but it's a legendary, mom. Don't ground me. So Jirachi Hater decides to battle. Finn! So Jirachi Hater decides to battle us once again, and honestly his team is just way too easy for Jirachi. A Confusion knocks out his Starly, no problem, due to it not being evolved. Weasel lives, but it dies next turn. Inferno gets mopped, and Roselia does as well. Maybe I should have chose Piplup as my starter. Oh well. This is gonna really make him hate Jirachi by the time we're done with him. Don, you're kinda not even looking at me when you talk. You don't care? Okay. Okay. For Maylene's gym, this is a cakewalk because now we have Psychic from the Veilstone City department store, so everything in this gym is just dying, or so I thought. So Maylene's Meditite and Machoke both get bodied by a Psychic as expected with a Mind Plate, but Lucario goes for a Screech and a Psychic doesn't kill her. The following turn she goes for a Drain Punch and the amount of health she got back really surprised me. I guess that's that big root coming into play. Of course my dumbass uses Thunderbolt to try and finish her off, and now a Drain Punch takes Estrella right out. Whoops. No worries, nothing a rematch at level 29 can't fix. Since Lucario didn't go for Screech this time, her Drain Punch on the following turn didn't do as much damage, and well, a Psychic can wrap this badge right up. Alright, I should have Psychic twice in the first place, but as a trainer, sometimes you gotta spice it up. Guys, just look at this Buizel in Wake's gym. Utter confusion. Like, Timmy, did you just put me against the Mythic? Oh, what were you thinking? Timmy don't like you, bud. Wake isn't too tough since Estrella here can learn Thunderbolt. Gyarados stands really no chance, and Quagsire gets up the rain, so 2 Psychics takes care of him. And for Floatzel, he has Bite, which actually did flinch us. But I did teach Jirachi Protect so we can Wish and Protect the next turn to be back up to full so we don't flinch. But it's honestly the same thing because we didn't flinch on the Wish, so we probably wouldn't have flinched if we used Thunderbolt, which would have killed it. Anyways, that's another badge for us. You know, that's 4 gym badges down, and I gotta say, I love Jirachi even more now. Who's with me? Honestly, this fight against Barry went the exact same way. I mean, his team literally did not change. It's funny because Hop's team is ever changing, but Barry can't even evolve his Pokemon. After a long trek of fog and getting the team for Shadow Ball, we can make our way back to Hearthome City to challenge Fantina, the Ghost-type gym leader. So our first round with Fantina, a Thunderbolt missed the KO on her Drifblim, and she ends up burning us with Will-O-Wisp. Her Gengar does outspeed us here at level 35, so she confuses us, and on top of that, she crits with Shadow Claw. And we hit ourselves in confusion. You know, all throughout this run, Jirachi was hitting herself in confusion, which is funny because my confusion luck with BDSP was actually going pretty well. So I did end up taking Fantina 2 more times before we won, and basically it wasn't looking good since the beginning with Drifblim. But I managed to get to her Miss Magus, which confused us, and unfortunately Phantom Force goes through Protect, so we can't Wish Protect. On our third attempt, we managed to kill Drifblim easy and Gengar thanks to a Parisian Berry for the confusion, but Miss Magus and her confusion just ends up killing us and getting a crit with Phantom Force. I finally taught Shadow Ball to Estrella here, and we actually get that special defense drop, so even when she heals with Strength Sap, another one is enough to KO this air balloon. I actually forgot to put the Parisian Berry on Jirachi, but she just went for Shadow Claw this time, and unfortunately I went for a Shadow Ball instead of Psychic, which didn't end up KOing her. She did heal though, and a Psychic is enough to pick up that KO, leaving just her Miss Magus to deal with. Thankfully, when she did confuse us, we broke through right away and went for a Wish since we took some damage. And Gengar's Cursed Body did disable our Shadow Ball, but since Phantom Force takes 2 turns to hit, it's no longer disabled, and we can get her to half of her health. Obviously, another Phantom Force is coming, and she doesn't crit, so a second Shadow Ball is enough to KO this lady once and for all. Wow, that was actually a little bit annoying, not gonna lie. So for this hater, oh, you know how this goes. Not even his new team member can save him. Brook's washed up father was actually kind of difficult considering his Steelix had Earthquake and proceeded to destroy me twice in a row. At level 40, however, a Shadow Ball gets him super low as he sets up Trick Room, and on his heal turn, we can set up a Reflect for that Steelix later. Fortunately enough, this dumbass goes for a Sandstorm, so we can get a free Shadow Ball off, and he confuses us, but Estrella here does have Prism for it, just like every battle in this game, it seems like. So another Shadow Ball can just stop this dangerous piece of metal. Now when Steelix comes out, that Trick Room will allow him to go first to get a nasty Earthquake off, and a Grass Knot does half. But the gods bless us by ending the Trick Room that turn, and we can finish him off with 1 more Grass Knot. Bastiodon isn't a threat because it only uses Thunderbolt, so after a million Grass Knots, Byron hands us the 6th gym badge, reluctantly, but it's okay.
You're trash,
Byron. Unlike your sister Saturn, you were just a cakewalk and a half. And why are you out here looking like one of them guys from Star Trek? Honestly, it looks like these two are total girlfriends now by their facial expressions. Like, why is Dawn just standing next to her smiling? By the way, Mars was easier this time due to just us having more moves. So, after getting through this chick's oh so difficult gym puzzle, we take her on, and yeah, I mean, not that difficult. We just click Fast Cannon with Estrella. Anyways, let's get our hands dirty in the Team Galactic HQ, where basically nothing happens. Nothing. I mean, this part of the game is so useless, except for, I guess, getting Sludge Bomb and Scald, but once we find some random keys laying around, we can take on Cyrus, who to no one's surprise gets absolutely destroyed by our Mythical, and he's probably so jealous right now. What do you expect, bro? You haven't evolved a single one of your Pokemon. Evolve them. Just evolve them. In fact, you really just don't have to do anything. Just mash the A button, you're fine, they're gonna evolve. Listen, Saturn, nothing ever good comes from pressing buttons. Oh, it actually releases them. Nothing blew up. Well, that's new. Finally, after scaling this huge mountain that I can't believe regular children even have access to, we can take on the planet duo once again, and the bronzers aren't a problem with Shadow Ball. However, this Skuntank still has Flamethrower coming from its ass. Having these two on the field at the same time is just bad news bears because Perugly has Dig, which will get extra chip on us. But after some wishing and the Munchlax killing the Perugly, we can soon take out the Golbats on Mars' team. Now all that's left is one side. Eventually Skuntank does meet its fate along with that pesky Golbat. To no one's surprise, of course. I mean, it's not like we don't have a literal Jirachi on the team. Huh, Purple Cliff is right. That does look like a condom. Oh, would you look at that? The Jirachi hater healed Jirachi. I know deep down he didn't want to do that. So Cyrus is hard this time around, having a Honchkrow that crits nearly every turn, and us missing a KO on it with a Thunderbolt. 2 Thunderbolts get it to the red as he heals both times using a Super Potion the second time. This unfortunately means I could have wished for free and killed the following turn, but oh well. Once Gyarados comes out, that Wakan Berry allows him to live a hit, and well, an EQ is enough to destroy me, and my will, and my spirit. Thanks, Cyrus. Now the second time Estrella is level 49, and we do the same thing except this time on his Super Potion turn, we wish for free, and after a Thunderbolt is enough to KO this classy bird. Since we're at full now, his Earthquake won't kill us, and 2 Thunderbolts can electrocute this monster. From here, his Weavile is next, and I didn't anticipate a dig coming from this thing, and it outspeeding, so we do take a dig to the face as we Drain Punch to get some health back. Even without Chople Berry, I don't think we'd kill because of Gyarados' Intimidate, but a turn later, Weavile doesn't crit, and boom, there we go. Weavile is down, and we get a decent amount of HP back. Crobat can't do jack shit to us, so 2 Thunderbolts take him out as well. You know, I'm just now realizing, why does Cyrus have 3 Pokemon weak to electric Pokemon? Huh, even better yet, why is his entire team weak to rock types? Not much of a challenge there, are you, buddy? You know what, let's just fast forward to Volkner, who shouldn't be too much of an issue. I went for Drain Punch, and oddly enough, he Volt Switched into the only thing that's weak to Drain Punch on his team. Ambipom. Well, at least we can get rid of that Chople Berry easy. One more Drain Punch can KO this thing, as his Thunderbolt does laughable damage. That Raichu does come back out, but it just uses Volt Switch once again to go into Octillery, and a Drain Punch does decent damage. From here, Psychic is enough to kill, and of course you come out once again, and guess what, guys? Volt Switches once again. Volkner, seriously? Well, once Luxray comes out, a couple of Psychics can take care of it since his Crunch didn't do much to us. And now, for some reason, this thing is still using Volt Switch. But whatever at this point, and he actually does get a crit. It's alright, after a Drain Punch and a Psychic, Volkner hands over our last gym badge, and Jirachi is now qualified to enter the Elite Four. Before we enter though, these badges are looking a little dusty. Huh, that's better. Oh, would you look who's here to stop us? So Jirachi hitter 254 has been easy this entire game, so you expect this last fight to be a walk in the park. Wrong, it's not. I lost time and time again, even being at the high 50s, because this goddamn Weasel and badass Snorlax just kept crunching me. Also, the Snorlax would put me to sleep. It wasn't fun. So I lost to Jirachi hater about 4 times before getting it right. At level 60, I taught Estrella Charge Beam to get the +2 before knocking out the Staraptor, and after taking a Crunch from Floatzel, we can get the +3 by killing that thing. For Snorlax, I set up a Reflect so I didn't take as much damage from the Crunch, and maybe we could Drain Punch with a Big Root to get some decent health back. Thanks to luckily waking up from sleep and this being a 3-hit KO, we actually managed to do it, and Infernape is out. Since we're pretty much close to full HP, we shouldn't fear anything from this monkey. And I'm right. His Flame Wheel does half as our Psychic can obliterate him. Heracross doesn't stand a chance, and Roserade has died in one shot every single time. This time is no exception. I'm sure he really hates Jirachi at this point, but I'm actually glad I was able to give him a little bit of a confidence boost for the 4 times that he murdered me. Finally, Estrella is up against the Elite Four. I know she can't do it at level 60, but let's try it anyways. For Aaron, he leads Dustox. Dustox does have Light Screen, which is worrying, but thankfully he uses Bug Buzz, and believe it or not, this thing lives a Psychic from Jirachi. The disrespect is real. After some healing, we finish him off with Charge Beam to get a boost in special attack. Heracross is sent out next, and unfortunately does outspeed us, so an incoming Earthquake is enough to pop our Citrus Berry. The good news is Heracross can't live a single Psychic from Estrella, and on Beautifly we can KO with a single Charge Beam to get the +2 special attack. On Vespiquen we can Wish since she can't do anything to us, and we can finish setting up to +4 special attack. A Psychic can kill Queen Bee here, and Drapion's Night Slash crits, sending us right back to Nurse Joy. Yeah, let's try at level 65. No crit this time, and a Flash Cannon is enough to KO the Scorpion. Now, I still don't think level 65 is enough to win, but you know what, let's just give it a shot anyway. Bertha is fairly straightforward because whatever this thing is, it can't live a Grass Knot from Estrella. I did expect her to go into Wish Cache, but I guess we can deal with Golem now. Obviously, it does have that sturdy ability, and we can get her down to it, but she will go for that Rock Push, so eventually, after healing, she can get a big EQ on us before dying, getting us half of our health. Also popping our Citrus Berry. Once Golem is down, Pseudo Wudo is up, and we can actually set up to +3, but I didn't do that here. I went for a Wish instead to be healthy, as she will just go for a Sucker Punch, so if we don't hit her, she won't do anything to us. I only got one special attack boost with Charge Beam here, and just went for Grass Knot to knock this trio right out. Here's that Wish Cache who takes half from a Grass Knot, even with that Rindo Berry on, and you can guess that yes, another one does KO. Wish Cache's Bulldoze really did less than expected, but for Hippowdon, a +1 Grass Knot is definitely enough to kill, and there we go, Bertha is down. So Ronald McDonald here is an actual issue because of that Rapidash having Hypnosis, Flame Charge to boost his speed, and the fact that that's a super effective attack for us. I do try to set up Charge Beams, but we weren't able to KO Steelix, and a Crunch ended us right there due to Rapidash doing too much damage to us beforehand. Well, like most important fights in this run it back. I ran it back, prepared at level 70, ready to make this guy say, "I've been fallen!" And this time he Flame Charges once, and I Charge Beam once to get a boost. Instead of going for his usual Hypnosis on turn 2 though, he just goes for another Flame Charge, letting our Psychic KO this Pegasus horse looking thing. At level 70, a +1 Grass Knot is enough to KO Steelix from full, and on Lopunny we can Wish, which after seeing how much damage his Fire Punch did, I thought was a mistake. But thankfully, that Fire Punch was a crit. Well, no way he crits twice, and he doesn't after we Charge Beam, so our Wish gets us to decent health. I do want to Wish again, so we do, and the following turn, a Psychic can take down Lopunny as we get a Wish at the end of that turn. We need to be full for that Sashed Infernape. Of course, after taking care of this Hot Air Balloon first. So like I said, that monkey is sashed, and you can just see that Fire Punch did a decent amount of damage, but even with all that healing, Ronald McDonald, it's over. You're a loser. Your Infernape is no more. How does it feel? I've been fallen! I do have a little strat for Lucian here. We can Charge Beam to +4 as Mr. Mime can't really do anything to us, only having access to Psychic and Dazzling Gleam along with both the screening moves. Since he did get a Light Screen up and heal, we can safely get up to 4 Charge Beams without killing him, and 1 Flash Cannon should be enough. Alright, I might have calced it without the Light Screen up. Don't judge me. Well, might as well get to +5. Medicham dies to a Flash Cannon, Girafarig dies to a Flash Cannon, Alakazam dies to a Flash Cannon, and for Bronzong, a Flash Cannon will only get him down to half to pop his Citrus, but after taking an Earthquake fairly well, this Bronzong cannot be saved by the bell. All that's left is for Cynthia to really see how powerful Jirachi can be.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
So I do have the Calm Mind TM for this fight. Calm Mind can be found in the underground, and even at level 71, a Dark Pulse from this Spiritomb will do about 40% to us. So by upping our special defense, we can Wish off any damage she throws at us. That's assuming she doesn't crit us. So I start off with a Calm Mind, and you can see that even at +1 special defense, that Dark Pulse still does a decent chunk. Now oddly enough, getting 1 boost in special defense, I guess makes the AI start using Sucker Punch instead. So basically from here we can Wish and set up for free. Once we're all set up, a Flash Cannon can knock out Spiritomb, a Psychic can knock out Gastrodon, Roserade, Lucario who only used Nasty Plot, Milotic, and finally Garchomp does get a nasty Earthquake off, leaving us at just 23 HP. So we absolutely needed to be full, and a Psychic can obliterate this Sand Shark right out. Cynthia, you just got absolutely destroyed. And I bet you're thinking right now, how is that even fair? You have a Jirachi. And to be honest, to answer you, because it just is fair, Cynthia. It's Pokemon. That's how it is. Hardest champion, my ass. Well, there you have it, folks. Can you beat Brilliant Diamond with only Jirachi? Yeah, you absolutely can. As if that was a surprise to anybody. I loved Jirachi at the beginning of this video, and I will continue to love it until the end of time. If you guys enjoyed the video, please like it, and if you haven't subscribed yet, help a brother out. We're almost at 10,000 subscribers. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.